Jerry Franklin Pro. And today we got an exciting show today for you. We're going to talk about some things going on in industry, lawsuits, big companies suing big companies. We're talking about ClickFunnels suing Go High Level. We're going to talk about the new model in ChatGPT and all the features that it comes out with. And we will have a very special resource for you today. So that's what we got coming up right here, right now on Technology Tuesday.
All right, folks, it's time for Technology Tuesday. We're back again, Tuesday, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, here every week, doing what we do best, bringing you practical knowledge, practical applications to give you practical solutions for your business. We're all about saving you time and making sure that you are running at the utmost efficiency because we believe in lifestyle. Greg and I both believe that you don't have to have the business run your life. You can actually live your life and have the balance with your business as well.
Right. Freedom is what it is all about. So we're going to use this technology to help us make more money and free us up of our time. So that's what's going on. So listen, man, I want to talk to you about this lawsuit that's happening and what you need to be aware of. So just a little background information for anyone who don't know. There is a funnel out there called ClickFunnels. It is very popular. If you haven't heard of it, it is a funnel builder, a web page builder. It's been around for several years, run by a very influential marketer by the name of Russell Brunson. And a few years ago, a little company called High Level. Hello. Also go by Go High Level because that's their website, based out of Dallas. Started a competitor type product where they built a funnel builder as well. And even though they went after two different markets, High Level basically focuses on agencies that market for other companies. So if you have a high level agency and you can go out and get lawyers and build out a system for lawyers, you can sell that system to lawyers. And ClickFunnels was a process for marketers to sell, to create these landing pages. And Jerry, just so you know, because I know how ClickFunnels got started back in the day, Mr. Russell Brunson had this strategy where he would create he had this training and he said, listen, you can take my training for free. It's $100. And if you don't think it's worth $100, then don't pay me. What we'll do is you can sign up, you enter your credit card, but you won't be charged. And then on Monday, right, we'll have the training on Saturday. Then on Monday, you even have one full day to think about it. If you don't feel like I've given you, if you don't feel like I've given you $100 of value, just let me know before Monday, and we won't charge you. And so he had this training. People felt like they got it, and he charged a whole lot of people $100 on Monday. Well, part of his system was how to do that, and no one at that time had a way to take a credit card number and then charge it later. Like there was no system. Well, he had one, but nobody else had one, and everybody wanted to be able to do it. And he says, "Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it for you." Right? Give me 30 days, 30 to 60 days, and we'll build it for you. And then 30, 60 days after that, the first version of ClickFunnels came out. And it was pretty horrible, but he got it off the ground, and that is how ClickFunnels was born. It was a way for people to run this marketing strategy where they could say take the credit card and then charge them at a later date. And even to this day, it's still very difficult for a lot of those credit card processing companies to do that. But ClickFunnels was one of the first to be able to do that. So that's kind of how ClickFunnels got involved. And long story short, like anything, his people, and he has this way of telling people to go hack, right? Go funnel hack, go figure out what people are doing, reverse engineer it, and use it for yourself. And that's kind of been his thing for years. And he's got ties into Dan Kennedy and bought Dan Kennedy's marketing company, which we were both a
Right.
part of many years ago. And so he's kind of a big deal in the marketing space. And then Go High Level came out, several years ago and created their version of a page builder and built it out for marketers. And so here's the lawsuit. The lawsuit is that ClickFunnels is suing Go High Level for what they call a patent infringement, saying they copied their patented stuff. For those of us, and what the word on the street is that ClickFunnels funnel builder was open source at the time, so it wasn't patented. It was open source that anybody could use. So anyway, there's a lawsuit. So there's a lot of people doing a lot of talking, and speculating about what's going to happen. And I think that um, you can't really listen to a lot of things you hear on forums, blogs, uh, Facebook groups, right? Because a lot of people are just talking because they're telling what they think, right? And a lot of it's not based on fact. So, with that said, this is not legal advice of any sort. If you have a Go High Level agency and you want legal advice about what you should do, go on. Now, I will tell you, I have found some information from lawyers about this, and this is what I have heard. I have heard that this is a starting point um, of a process that is going to take a while, and that nothing is going to change like immediately. Like, you don't have to worry about your accounts all of a sudden getting frozen immediately. They said it's going to take a while. And they said 9 times out of 10, it won't get to that point if you have a Go High Level agency. Um, they said that one, it's going to take a while, and that most likely it will get resolved somehow, where either a company has to pay a fine or even royalties, but it probably won't get to the point where it's going to freeze your account. Now, people who aren't into the law, they will say what they think, and that's why people will get nervous about that. I think it's interesting because I have a Go High Level agency, um, and I'm also familiar and can work in ClickFunnels. I've seen both platforms, and they both have their pros and cons. And there's no solution out there, technology, that is perfect. Otherwise, I would have found it. I understand why they have their pros and cons, and they both have their pros and cons. Um, and I have a love hate relationship with ClickFunnels, and I have a love hate relationship with Go High Level, because they all have their things that just make you frustrated. But these are the tools, some of the most popular tools, and I think you guys should be aware of what's going on behind the scenes, and don't get caught up in what a whole lot of people are saying without it being legally true. So, for those of guys who have um, high level, for my clients who are watching, like, you don't have to worry. Nothing's going to happen. If nothing's going to happen immediately, right? They're talking about years down the line. And if something is going to happen, we will know way beforehand to make a move. And if we have to make a move or shift some things, then we will do that. So I'm going to let you know that I'm going to protect me and my business. So for my clients, I will protect you as well, as best I can with the knowledge I have. So that's what's going on with ClickFunnels, Jerry. I just wanted to um, share that, because I think that it's important that people know about the lawsuit. What have you heard, if anything?
I heard about it when you brought it to my attention, but it sounds like, um, you know, 15 years ago, the Android Apple situation when Apple was suing Samsung for copyright, patent, all that. And at the end of the day, they're still Samsung phones and they're still Apple phones.
Yep. Yep.
So it's like much to do about nothing. Is like that. That's basically how it's gonna come out at
Yes,
the end of the
sir.
day. Because I think sometimes these cases are harder to prove than what people actually think they are, in terms of the technology. But yeah, everybody has the right. I mean, the way our system is set up, everybody has the right to protect their intellectual property if they feel that it's being infringed upon. It just may not always work out in their favor. But yeah, it just reminds me of that, when the iPhone and then the Galaxy, Samsung Galaxy phone, when they first going into their little battle, I'm like, which one is better? And the same situation that you were just talking about now, it's like, oh, this phone has a little bit of things I like, but this phone has a little bit of stuff I like. It's like, which one do I want to go to? You're like torn in between, because you're like, if they could just put these two together, it'd be like the best phone in the whole world. That's what everybody be like. If they just take these two together, and it's like it's never the perfect features. It's always like I get 85% of what I want here, or I can go over here and do some other stuff. Yeah, but I lean towards the Go High Level side myself personally, but That's just me. But I'm not against anybody because a lot of people out there using ClickFunnels, and ClickFunnels has
Oh
been
yeah,
around for a minute. So it's going to be an interesting battle. Again, it reminds me of there's Apple fans, and there's Android fans, and everybody got their own side, you
that's
know?
right. That's right. Yeah, man. I think that listen, I have much respect for Russell Brunson. I've learned a lot from him over the years, and just like you said, they're going to have each group will have their two true diehards. Um,
Yeah.
I'm not a diehard for nobody except myself.
Yeah. Yeah, only diehard I am is anti-Cowboys from Dallas. That's the only
I
diehard thing I believe I have in my life.
I can
Anybody
rock.
who's playing the Cowboys, I want to see them win. That's
I,
I'll even root for the Giants, Greg, when they're playing the Cowboys.
I can rock. I can rock with you. I'm actually going to go check out Saquon as he's with the Eagles, man, because that's my guy. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna host.
he said he came home. He came back to Pennsylvania because he went
There
to
you go.
Penn State. He's
There
like,
you
he just
go.
came back. He's like, you know what? He said everybody makes mistakes every once in a while. And sometimes in life you get a chance to rectify it. So he's
There you
like,
go. There
yeah.
you go.
So we'll see what happens. We'll see if he stays healthy. Should be a great season.
Yep. Yep.
But
All right. Cool.
as Greg said, folks who were listening in, as updates come in. So for those who are like listening to this and hearing about this case, what's going to happen, as we hear more, we'll update you. Now it's not going to be like breaking news like CNN and MSNBC, anything like that, but because we're not going to be at every court case and every court date. But as we find out what's happening, we'll let you know because it should be interesting.
That's right. That's right. All right. Cool. So we're gonna move on to our next topic, man. We're gonna talk about this new model in Chat GPT. So yeah, man. There's
They
a
came
new
out with a
model
new
out.
version, right? There's a new
New version.
version for
New version.
ChatGPT.
It's a new version, and there's some features that you should be aware of. So for ChatGPT, you have the free version, and then you have the Plus, which is typically $20 a month, and that gives you a whole lot of other features. Now, what happened, Jerry, is this 4.0. It's not 4.0. It's 4.0, like the letter O, and I think it stands for Omni something, right? It's the O stands for something, and I don't remember what it was. But a lot of the features that we were paying for with um, 4 Turbo and those things that we were paying for the premium are now available for free in 4.0. And so I think that for those who weren't paying and weren't getting some of those features, you have those features. So some of those features, just like it's so much faster, but also it's so much smarter if you're having a conversation. The way it can respond very, very quickly is something that for some of the geeks out there, they really geek out on that type of thing. But for those of us who are using it for business, it is also cheaper, right? So if you're paying $20 a month, you pay your $20 a month and you use it. But if you are using the API where you're connecting it to another service, they charge you for the amount of that you use it for. And it's pennies, but if you use it a lot, it can add up. And because some people use it with a chat service, a chat bot type service, or even voice service where it's tied into the GPT is the AI that's feeding and making it the voice. Um, and if you use it a lot, it will add up. But the price of the 4.0 is cheaper, and that's what I think is really important for those who are using the AI version of ChatGPT. I really like it, and the other thing too, if you're on the Plus, the only difference, not the only, just one of the differences, if you're paying for the Plus, is that ChatGPT you can use it with your voice. You can just tie it in and use it with your voice. I want to switch my microphone and see if we can have a conversation with it. I should have tested this. Just FYI, guys, I should have tested this before we got on here. Still hear me? Can you still hear me, Jerry?
Yep.
All right,
I
cool.
hear you. Got
Yeah.
you.
So just what I did was I took it off of um, Crisp, which filters out any background noise. So if I got the lawn guys outside doing their thing with the lawnmowers and everything, you won't hear none of that. If my daughter's in the background singing her head off, you won't hear any like that. But since I want you to hear this voice enabled AI, I had to switch the microphone. So I want to make sure you guys can still hear me. So what this does, Jerry, I don't know if you guys can see this. Yeah, I guess you can. Boom, right over
Yep.
here, it has this little headset. Get the glare. You can see the headset, and so that
Yep.
means it'll listen to you and you can talk to it. The other thing that you guys can do with this is you can show it pictures and it will recognize the picture. Um, it can recognize and understand video. So when we say that it's smarter, it's like a whole nother level smarter. It's actually getting pretty scary what this stuff can do. So I'm going to let you guys talk to it. Jerry. Is there any questions you can think of that we should start this conversation off with this voice enabled chat GPT?
Uh, Not off the top of my head, I can't think of anything.
All right, cool. Hey, how you doing? I'm here with my good friend Jerry, and we are trying to figure out some of the features the new version of ChatGPT has. Can you let us know?
Hey there, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Nice to meet you, Jerry. The new version of ChatGPT has a few cool features, like the ability to generate images from descriptions and browsing the internet for up to date information. What specific features are you curious about?
So, you see what I'm saying? It's like you can look there, have a conversation with it. If you're bored or lonely, you can sit down and you can really do a lot with this thing. But um, it's funny
Crazy.
because I thought I had to tap to.
Absolutely. You
Oh,
can have
she was actually listening. I didn't even have to tap to listen. I stopped it. Anyway, it can have this cool, really conversation with you. It's really, really amazing. And I like what's there. And not only that, but I saw in a video, and it's something I haven't tested, but they started a conversation, two people who had two different phones, and they had Chat GPT talking back and forth to itself, and the two ended up singing a song together. Listen, it is crazy. So I wanted to share with you guys with
A
what's
little
going
scary.
on. Yeah, man, it's fun and scary. I did have a conversation with it. I asked it if I wanted to use this for um, voice automation and have people call in. How could I connect it? And she let me know. Um, she said you can do it. She said it's quite technical. You will need some. You most likely will need developers, but here's how to do it. And she went into describe it, and I was like, yeah, that's definitely pretty technical, but it is possible. So I'm just thinking about companies in the very near future who are going to be able to change their calling to their business and or even outbound calling where you can have something like that, have a conversation with your prospects, and you can actually, just like the other one, you can feed it information beforehand, and so it's ready to have those conversations and talk to your people on your behalf in the very near future. So listen, new model is 4.0, and it is another game changer in this AI technology space, man. What you think?
Ah, I mean, when it started talking to you and like saying hi and all that type of stuff, it reminded me of that movie Her with Joaquin. I think it's called Her with Joaquin Phoenix, and he was like computer. I think it was like a computer girlfriend or whatever it was. Um, so yeah, I think it's great. I mean, I think that it's just weird where the technology is going because we only saw this stuff type in the movies, and it didn't always end well in the movies, right? But
Didn't
it's
always
just
end
cool.
well.
It's kind of fascinating to see it in reality because I'd given up all hope about flying cars. It's like that was but because you think about some of these movies we used to watch or the Jetsons, like we're in those years when they predicted that you know you'd have all that cool stuff. You know what I mean? Like when George would get up and like the machine dresses him and all type of it's like we're in that age, like but to see it actually work in action and have respond, it's quite fascinating. And I get a kick out of using Chat GPT. It's like it's amazing to me. But I've also been able to pick up when other people are using it. Like when someone gives me something, I'm like, oh, Chat GPT wrote this. I can tell. So that's the part I think people need to be aware of when they're using this stuff. Is like, how do you use it, and how much do you take it and refine it so it still sounds and has your voice, um, versus just like giving it like just the raw
Yeah.
and it sounds like computerized
Yep.
when it's on a written form, mostly written form.
Yep. Yep. Man, I'm excited for what's to come, man.
Yeah,
I'm
it's interesting. I mean, it's it's wild. It's really going to be this AI is going to be one of the major separators in terms of those who can keep up and those who are going to get left behind, because there are some people who are resistant to it. They're resistant to this change in technology, and the problem is like there's going to be a bigger gap because they can't keep up with those who are actually using it, because it simplifies so much.
Yeah, and it is challenging to keep up. Um, because as soon as you start to get a grasp on one thing, it either leapfrogs way ahead, and now you got to keep it. It's like constant learning, right? And it's just the time we're in. I was thinking back to like like a mechanic, right? When back in the day they just had to deal with the engine and each part did its thing and that was kind of it, right? And they could have different parts of the engine, but as the computerized stuff got in more entangled, it was like you had to keep learning, and you had to keep learning at a faster rate because the technology and the changes happen so much faster. And I see that in our industry now more than ever. You have to um, embrace, learn, and keep learning, so that you don't get left behind. And I think for some it's going to be a challenge, but for others, they will learn how to embrace it. And hopefully, we will keep you abreast of the things changing in technology as best we can for those entrepreneurs who are here with us. And with that, we want to thank you guys for being here. And Jerry, before we wrap it up, I want to share a resource, man. I got something that I think you guys want to hear about. So listen, one of our favorite segments is the tools that we share. So I'm going to share with you a quick story, and I'm going to share with you this tool. Several years ago, I found a tool that was a game changer, and it was just something I've been kind of keep in my back pocket. And I don't share all the stuff, right? I share a lot of the stuff, but I don't share all of the stuff. But this is one I've had in my back pocket for a number of years, and I actually, paid for it. It's an annual service that I've been paying out of my pocket, and believe it or not, Jerry, it is on AppSumo for a lifetime deal. So, because of that, I am going to share it with you, and let me tell you what it does. So, when it comes to YouTube and running YouTube ads, one of the cool things about YouTube ads that gives it kind of an advantage is that you can decide placement, meaning which videos do you want to play on. So, for example, if a YouTube channel has videos that accept ads, and I think about a year ago they said every video is going to have ads. I think they changed that, right? So if there's a channel or a certain keyword that you want your video to play on, you can choose it. So if I wanted all my videos to play on ClickFunnels videos, right, I could do that. Or Russell Brunson's videos, or Go High Level's videos, like any of those channels. Anybody who has a channel, if you want your video commercial to play on it, you can choose it, right? And so what this tool does, it saves you so much time by allowing you to put in a keyword, and it shows you all the videos that accepting ads that have that keyword either in the title or the description, and it'll show you the analytics, like how many views, how long has it's been there, etc. So you can find the best places to put your video ad on. And so I'm gonna jump over to the desktop. Boom, see if we can find it. And so it is on AppSumo deal right now. And so AppSumo is a place where you can pay once, not monthly or annually like this one. And this tool is TubeSift. It is tubesift.com. And this price that they got crossed out, this $397, that's what it was, annual price every year, $397. And you can get it. You can get it for a lifetime deal of only $49, and it will allow you to go and find the places on YouTube to run your YouTube ad. This is one of the tools that I used and pay for, and I highly recommend you guys go check it out. And they have two versions. I'm gonna scroll down here past all the descriptions and all the stuff so you can go check it out for yourself. But they have the $49 version, which allows you to do 50 video searches a month. So keywords and searches, and find the 50 videos you want to place your ad on. Or for the $130 lifetime one-time purchase, you can do unlimited videos, right? Boom. And I'm pretty sure, again, that was years ago, so I'm pretty sure they bumped the price up from $397 to $497 for what their thing is now. They may have a couple different versions, but again, it's unlimited for the 129 and lifetime, no annual fee for this. This is a really powerful tool if you want the ability to quickly find places and videos to put your ads on. This tool is the one you should check out. It is TubeSift. It is on AppSumo at the time of our broadcast, and when it's gone, it will probably be gone. So TubeSift, highly recommend you guys check that out. It is definitely a game changer. One of the other things it does is not only tells you which YouTube channels, but it'll give you a list of hundreds of them so that you can then just take that list and copy and paste it inside of YouTube. So now you have a whole lot of places where your YouTube ads can show. You can also decide on a specific channel. You can add a channel, and then anytime those, depending on your bid, where your video would show up. It's a great time saver. Than searching YouTube and trying to figure out, one by going to channel and watching a video and watching, like, just use this tool. It'll save you bunches of time and it'll help make you money faster. So that's what's up. It is TubeSift on AppSumo. Check it out if you're interested in a great deal to help you market your business better.
Yeah, Greg, if you would get it now through their website, it's $67 a month or $497 for the year. Okay. So you're think about how much they're saving. If you go, for those who see this deal, take advantage of it, for $49 is less than 1 month of what you would get on their site.
Yep. And I don't know if you get the training with it as well. When I got it, I also got training. The guy who created it, his name is Justin Sardi, and he had training. I'm not know if you get any training. Not necessarily.
If you do
training,
I think if you do the higher level
tool, but he had specific training on how to place your ads and what to say in your ads in YouTube when I got it. So this tool has made me some money because that training I was able to. Oh, sorry about that. This training I was able to use what I learned to create commercials for clients, as well as place those commercials. So it was a great experience for me. But as far as the tool itself, is definitely worth it. And thank you for jumping on there and checking the website to see how much of a deal it really is. So I appreciate that.
No worries.
Cool.
All right, folks, we're always glad to have you with us for the ride on these Tuesdays. And for those who are watching, please do us a favor, like, share, tell your friends about the show, invite as many people to tune in with us every single week. If you believe that these tips, these nuggets, these insights are beneficial to you, also communicate with us. Let us know in the comments about what tools you're using. What have you found? What have been some of the recommendations that have been tremendous for your business in terms of your success? We always love to hear the feedback from the folks who watch every single week. So with that, we look forward to seeing you next time. You can always find us at the technologytuesday.com. That's technologytuesday.com. We're on all the social media platforms. You can go to @GregRussell and @JerryPoe.
That's right. Thank you guys for tuning in. Talk to you next week. Take care.